This is a massive shout out to everyone in the crypto world. I'm often asked what fascinates me about blockchain and distributed ledger technology. Now, for the ones that have been following my work over the last 6 years, you'll know that I'm fascinated by the technology and the way that the future is going to be completely reinvented when it comes to the internet. Now, up until now, the internet, as we all know, has effectively been around since the late 70s, early 80s, and has effectively been a series of centralized systems that have full control of the data and the way that the data is actually shared on the internet. Now, what's going to happen in the future is that information is going to be distributed across a network of various distributed ledgers. And it's these distributed ledgers that are effectively going to give the internet its true value for the first time. Now, obviously, a lot of people are focusing in on particular applications, whether it be finance, financial services, whether it be global trade, whether it be mainstream media, whether it be a particular application regarding manufacturing or distribution. What I actually believe, and obviously I do strongly believe this is going to happen, is that in the future, everything that is distributed on the internet will be distributed via distributed ledger and blockchain technology. Now, when people say to me, well, what fascinates me about the industry, or what fascinates me about the future, it has to be a combination of people's visions, the way that people interact now, and of course, transparency in the future. Now, up until now, information that is being shared on the internet has effectively been shared via centralized systems. And these centralized systems have full control of the data that is distributed. And what we're going to witness now over the next decade is a migration towards transparency. And when I say transparency, I'm talking about every piece of information that is distributed on the internet will be effectively evaluated and validated via distributed ledger technology. So I think what's going to happen, and we're seeing strong evidence that this is already taking place, is that there's going to be a series of applications, and it's these applications that are effectively going to start stitching together. So you'll get blockchains effectively communicating with each other. And I think what's going to happen is that over the next decade, this information that is being distributed is going to give, for the first time, certainly since the mid 70s and early 80s, for the very first time, the internet a true value. So I know that obviously a lot of people are focusing in on the cryptocurrency side of it, and I fully understand that. Whereas I obviously strongly believe that the cryptocurrency element is purely a byproduct of the technology. And if you are in it for the gain in fiat or the gain in your fiat holdings, that's fine. I absolutely get that. I totally understand why some people get excited about that. I actually am more passionate about what's going to happen regarding the transparency of information that is going to be distributed. So I wanted to put out this video. I've come out for a walk. It's now starting to rain a little bit just north of Manchester. I want to give a massive shout out to some of the people and some of the projects that I've come across over the last 18 to 24 months. Obviously, a lot of people are fully aware that I'm very passionate about the Steem blockchain and the way that the Steem blockchain in the future is going to effectively revolutionize social media. And of course, I'm focusing in on the content marketing of social media in the future. So obviously a big shout out to everybody involved in the Steem blockchain. obviously I've been very passionate about the Digibike community. So again, a massive big shout out to the guys in the Digibike community, an amazing project. And some of the projects that obviously I've come across, it's the people that are actually driving these projects. So obviously I want to give a massive shout out to Change Angel, the co-founders Dean and Jin, and the team Ben, Dave, and there's a bunch of guys over in America doing some awesome work. So a big shout out to the guys at Change Angel. And of course, some of the other applications and projects that are out there, it's the people that are fascinating me, the way that they are passionate, driven, and are determined to make this thing happen. So if you're in it for the cryptocurrency side of it, and if you're in it to make obviously your fiat wealth grow, I understand that. But if you're in it for the long haul and you're in it for what the future's gonna look like, then your fiat wealth really has to be put to one side. And I'm trying to encourage more people to look at not the fiat side of it, but the cryptocurrency value side of it. And really, this is something that, you know, isn't going to happen overnight. You know, at the moment, we're still witnessing a severe bear market across all altcoins. Bitcoin obviously is holding its ground above 10,000. But really, you know, in the overall scheme of things, if you look at what debt is being pumped into the financial system, you know, an unprecedented amount of debt. You know, we're not talking billions, we're talking trillions on a global scale that has never been seen before. So when you start looking at the amount of debt that is effectively propping up the system, and you look at the unfunded futures liability, you know, with the global futures funded under liability, which is, you know, at a tune of about $750 trillion and growing, and has no way of being paid off. When you look at the cryptocurrency market at around about 0.3 of a trillion, 300 billion, you can understand why what is actually going to happen in the future, where we are at the moment regarding fiat terms, regarding the valuation of the cryptocurrency market, it's a drop in the ocean. So a massive big shout out to everybody, you know, and I hope you've all had a great weekend, and looking forward to seeing as many people as I possibly can over in Malta at the AI and Blockchain Summit in November, and really trying to sort of, you know, talk to as many people, get as many people engaged into the technology, and really try and sort of put aside, if we possibly can, the valuation in fiat of the cryptocurrency side of it. So big shout out to everybody, and hope you all having a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.